meeting could not be more timely. We are meeting at a moment when the 2026 national budget is being discussed, pending approval by Parliament. We are also meeting at a time public trust in governance institutions is rapidly eroding. This places a greater responsibility on us, public servants, and the institutions of the state we serve to be open, transparent, and to demonstrate a high level of accountability in the management of public resources. The 2024 Afrobarometer data on Ghana shows that 73% of Ghanaians prefer democracy over any alternative. Yet, satisfaction with how democracy works has fallen to 49%, down sharply from 78% in 2017. The assessment of trust in Ghana's institutions revealed that members of parliament, ministries, departments and agencies, and assembly members were the least trusted among the 14 institutions evaluated. This is striking, considering that these three groups are the most immediate and direct links between citizens and their government. This reality must change, and our gathering today provides an opportunity to begin reshaping that narrative. The theme for today's dialogue, as we've been told, Parliament, the press, and the pairs, building accountability through dialogue, captures the deep interdependence and partnership between Parliament and the media in driving strong public financial management. And I want all of you to applaud the efforts of the two leaders who just presented their positions. They have captured the broad strokes of why we are here. Conceptually, Parliament holds the power of the purse. I said conceptually. The press informs and empowers the public, including duty bearers, our own selves. Together, both help citizens understand how national resources are allocated and utilized. Accountability becomes truly effective only when Parliament and the press interact openly, share insights, challenge one another constructively, and ultimately strengthen each other's work. Under the partnership with the World Bank and the Foreign Commonwealth Development Office, several initiatives are underway to strengthen the capacity of members of Parliament and staff, particularly those serving on the Finance and Economic Committees. I'm especially pleased that strategic dialogues with stakeholders beyond Parliament have been recognized as one of the essential initiatives to achieving the reforms we seek through partnership. This dialogue matters because it bridges the gap between A, technical experts and the wider public, B, numbers and the stories they tell, and C, between duty bearers and the governed. Through dialogue such as this, we encourage collaboration, reduce confusion, avoid unnecessary confrontation, and foster a deeper mutual understanding between Parliament and the media. Ladies and gentlemen, It is my sincere hope that our discussions today will help us achieve the following. 1, amplify citizens' voices on economic and financial governance. 2, promote meaningful public participation in the budget process. 3, provide clear and accessible messaging around complex financial issues for the benefit of all citizens. 4, reaffirm the critical roles Parliament and the press play in democratic governance. And 5, strengthen collaboration between Parliament and the media. You realize from our standing orders, which we are yet to put on our website, we have the Budget Committee. I know part of the Budget Committee is to be introduced earlier in the process of formulation of the budget. This year, that has not happened. We are not only to sit in Parliament and be presented with a budget. You know the constraints of the Constitution. Much of it is said to be for your information, not for your approval. The approval part deals with the development budget, CAPEX. And so, to set priorities right, we intentionally and deliberately put in the Budget Committee to start at the very early stages of the preparation of the budget, so that as representatives of the people, you are able to guide government to set the priorities, whether the medium-term or the long-term priorities. You are able to do that. So on an annual basis, you lead government to be able to prioritize where the monies should go. Because it is we who legislate and give the government the authority to tax the people to collect their money. So the people pay the money to government because we ask them to do so. And so we should be those who are the determinant of where the money should go. If we fail in that respect, we fail the people. And why would the people continue to pay the taxes? These are key matters that we need to sit together. And once we get the partners, once we get our media, once we get the civil society to go with us in this understanding, we'll be able together to get the arm that implements. And that's why the name executive. They execute to go according to the priorities of the citizens of Ghana. And so this is a very important initiative, and I'm happy leadership and all those here have embraced it. One of the things I discovered which is missing in the committees that have been submitted to me is the Economic and Development Committee. The list that I was given is not that. The leadership of that committee should be part of this whole process, not only the finance, because we are dealing with financial and economic governance. And the key committee in that is the Economic and Development Committee. It's not added to the list that was given to me. In conclusion, please, as we proceed with the dialogue, let us remember that accountability ultimately serves the people, and that citizens are the true holders of power. Parliament and the press function as their agents, demanding transparency and responsibility on their behalf. In fact, my next speaker's breakfast meeting is going to target on this area, how we can get Parliament to the grassroots level, and how we can break down these technical languages into simpler and easily understood language for our people to move with us. That way, we'll be able to claw back the lost trust our people, our voters have in us as leaders. I want to take this opportunity to encourage all of you to engage candidly, respectfully, and constructively. Don't forget, even though we work together, all of us are unique in different ways. And we've all been given the mandate to show leadership. And so when you shy away and you don't bring that diversity that God has given you, we all lose something. And so please master the courage. Speak. We want to hear your voice. We want to get your ideas so that we can capture the collective interest of our people to be able to develop together. With this, I thank you for your presence, and I pray that you'll be focused, attentive.
Maiden edition. Thank you very much.